Carolina, comes from, well, we start with a little a little insight into the lower tag team division as such. Caden Jindrak team with Team Mattitude against Kidman, Funaki, Hurricane and Rosie for a 57. Mark Jindrak making Funaki tap out because Stuart felt bad for Funaki. So screw you, Stu.
And because he's a very bitter person.
Bitter? No.
I mean, the idea the idea that you made Mark Jindrak beat him, but by submission is just oh. What did Funaki ever did you? I don't care.
I like Funaki, but because you like him, he had to suffer. This is what happened. You people.
Well, it's like he's doing his heel promo right now, isn't it? Yeah. This is why if you were a pro wrestler, you would be better as a heel.
Thank you. I take that. 63 from Kidman, the best of the lot. Also, the pre-show, Samoa Joe picked up another victory, this time over John Heidenreich with a Kikina clutch. Very good. 49 for the pre-show. Joe will debut on TV on Monday Night Raw in the next few weeks. Few weeks.
Well, I can see the promo packages for it. You wouldn't tease it, would you? Like they used to do. Like they used to tease with like promo packages. He will debut in soon.
I've got a plan for Samoa Joe. Think Brock Lesnar. 49. Right, moving on. Okay, we open the show with Randy Savage in his office for an 86, discussing tonight. And he says, you saw what Smackdown did with their little beat the clock type thing. And look, let's do it properly here on Monday Night Raw. We're going to do it one night only. This was always the plan for the record. Stuart, I didn't know what he was doing. This is the problem. Hey ho, we're doing it tonight. They're talking about who's the best of the lot of them. Let's find out tonight. Shawn Michaels, Goldberg and Taker will be in a beat the clock challenge. We're going to do Taker versus Tess, Goldberg versus A-Train, and starting Monday Night Raw right now, Shawn Michaels versus William Regal. Oh, give it to me. Let's do that. Shawn and Regal to open the show gets a 79. They didn't click. You what? Don't break my heart like this. What do you mean Shawn Michaels and William Regal have no chemistry? What do you mean? Look at them. There's no way this happens.
I love the way that it's just like... okay, let's put it out there. What did you think this would get? Let's put it. What did you think?
85.
I could see it. Could it be the length?
It's the chemistry. I'll be honest. Regal's putting a 66. I'm fuming at the game because that's just utter lies. Not having it. Shawn defeats Regal. Regal really pushes Shawn to his limit, and it takes 15 and a half minutes to beat William Regal. But Michaels does get it done. Sweet chin music. He set a time. 79 is annoying, but it is what it is. Post-match for 93, because, yeah, brilliant.
Segments do better than matches.
Segments do better than matches. Shawn shakes hands with William Regal, gives him his respect, but he does look frustrated. Regal has pushed him all the way, and it's a time that Michaels isn't happy with. He's looking at Taker, he's looking at Goldberg, and he's going, 15 and a half minutes? They're going to beat that. He knows that. Michaels is a bit frustrated that he hasn't really been able to put William Regal away quicker than it took him. 93. It's an okay start to the show. Could have been better. Backstage, this should do well. Evolution for a 100. We're back, boys. Always trust Evolution. They're having a meeting. Batista walks in, and Batista immediately says, listen, I'm sorry. I apologise for walking out last week. No matter what frustrations we have with each other, that's not what Evolution does. And I'm sorry. Batista says, I wanted to do it on my own last week. I get that I may not have been clear about that. Let's move on. And Batista says, the only way we can move on from this, tonight, Randy Orton goes to King of the Ring. But also, I want my gold back. Batista says to Ric Flair, we need to get back on track, and we need the tag team championships. Flair and Batista, we're just going to realign them again. Just get them back on the train track, so to speak, in the tag division for a little bit. Because they're too good to not use, to be honest with you.
Because because I said when you set up, it's not obvious storyline I can think of that you're going for. So put them back on the tag division, let them try and dominate that again. I like it. That makes sense.
And that was the point of last week. It was just a tease of what potentially we could do in the future if we do look at a Batista face turn. But like just to bump in the road to get them back on the road. That's what we've tried to do here. Okay, backstage, Randy Savage informs Chavo Guerrero and Paul London that their Cruiserweight title match will happen on Monday Night Raw next week. And here's the kicker. Matt Morgan, Spanky, you guys will be banned from the arena. Neither man will be allowed in the building. Chavo and Paul London will be one-on-one. Obviously, London and Spanky, no issues with it. Chavo is freaking out now. He's starting to be like, shit. What have I done? Because he knows without Matt Morgan, his chances of winning have slimmed. Yep.
I like that. Just like he's all cocky when he's got backup, but now he hasn't. He's like, it's a classic heel. I like it. But yeah, cool.
Okay.
Good, interesting match next week.
Here's a match that may do better than the opener. We'll see if this game hates me tonight. We're going to do Big Show versus Booker T. And yeah, last week, of course, AJ Styles beat Jamie Noble. Will it be 2 for 2 for the tag team challengers at King of the Ring? Will Booker get his win? No. But in 86, that's better. That's better.
Is that what you were hoping for?
Yeah. Big Show 86, Booker T 84, 86 for the match. Very good. Lack of psychology at times. Okay.
Seems to be the thing going for this show at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Big Show wins. Sorry. What is that? A hog log? So many questions. Distraction from Jamie Noble leading to a choke slam. We got to go with. Ignore what the hell? I don't even want to know. Honestly, is this all from that time that Big Show was caught on GTV in the toilet? I don't know. I don't want to know. Moving on. Both teams after the match brawl for an 81, and it leads to AJ Styles actually getting the better of the Big Show for a moment with drop kicks and punches, and he goes for the Styles clash, but it's impossible to hit on the Big Show, and his knees buckle. Big Show and Noble end up escaping up the ramp. AJ went for it. Could he do it at the pay-per-view? Well, you would think he would win the tag team titles if he does that. So 81, good way to have a bit of final build towards that tag team title match. So yeah, pretty good. I am pleased. Backstage, well, it's like we're at Dynamite all over again because Bryan and Flair are going at it for a 71. A little bit lower than I was hoping for, but putting Flair with Bryan should help Bryan a hell of a lot. He eventually gets split up by referees and officials, but these two clearly have got some bad blood after Bryan was locked in the figure 4 after the match last week. I like these two together. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's just because you've got two submission experts going against you. Oh, come on. It's dream match. It's amazing.
Okay. We're going to do a TNA promo on Taker and Goldberg for a 76. Good promo, boys. Well done. Well done you. Mainly Test. And they say they're fed up of everyone thinking they're easy to beat. Tonight, two men battling for the WWE Championship on Sunday will be embarrassed because Shawn Michaels will be winning the Beat the Clock Challenge because Test and A-Train will be winning their matches. Fact. 76. Will they win their matches though, Stu? Well,
we'll find out right now, I guess.
Taker versus Test gets an 87. Very good match.
Oh, Taker, come on.
And Taker wins with a Hell's Gate submission for a 97 in 8 minutes and 17 seconds. So Shawn Michaels' frustration was true because, 15 minutes. No way Taker was going that long to beat Test, and he does it in 8 minutes and 17 seconds. That's the time to beat. Undertaker 97, Test 69, 87. Some good matches tonight. We're doing well. It's a good sign.
Yeah, good. Very good sign. Interesting to see what the main event is as well. But yeah, good stuff so far.
Taker celebrations though are cut off by Goldberg. for an 85. Good stuff. He's sitting there thinking, well, you know what? A-Train's here. I'm here. Let's not waste any more time. Goldberg wants to do his Beat the Clock Challenge match right now. He calls for a referee, and the referee comes in. The referee rings the bell. Goldberg nails a spear. Goldberg picks A-Train up, hits the jackknife powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. Goldberg wins the Beat the Clock Challenge and beats A-Train in 30 seconds. Ignore that time. I've got written down 30 seconds. For a 79, not bad actually. 85 from Goldberg. Again, lack of selling, but I mean, even if it was a minute, like, how much selling do you want in a minute game? Come on.
I mean, to be fair though, the idea of Goldberg A-Train going longer than like for a 10-minute match, it's not appealing, is it?
No, it's not. But yeah, Goldberg shocks everyone here. And look, Goldberg's done this throughout his career, squashing people like that. Beat the Clock Challenge kind of seems like his kind of forte, right? Goldberg thinks he's the best. Well, tonight he is the best. Goldberg wins the Beat the Clock Challenge. And if he goes in with that attitude and that momentum, you may be looking at a new WWE champion at King of the Ring.
Possibly. Well, it just spices up the match even more. I like it, so.
79, good stuff. Okay, we're going to do contract signing between JBL and John Cena for a 99.
Not quite one.
99 is so unsatisfying.
No, it's like the game's like, you know what? You want 100? Tough. You're not getting it.
JBL says before he signs, he needs to talk to John Cena about honour, about loyalty, about respect. I mean, he's not quite there yet, but you go what I'm going for. JBL says last week, well, actually, let's talk about a few weeks ago, where JBL was just coming into arena to his place of work and he was ambushed by a hood thug. Last week, JBL figured, you know what, let bygones be bygones, let the best man win, and he wanted to shake John Cena's hand. And he was ambushed once again in a handshake. A handshake is a man's word, and John Cena clearly cannot be trusted. Not like the real American JBL. John Cena, you have no place in real America. John Cena says, you know what? Talk about honour. He signs the contract, Cena does. JBL signed it by this point. Cena says, you know what I will honour? The ass kicking that you've got coming to you at King of the Ring. Of course, that's when he signs the contract. But he's immediately attacked from behind by a suited and booted Orlando Jordan. Ambushed, you could say. Unbelievable, I know. A real American wouldn't do that, would he? Or orchestrate that sort of ambush. And it leads to JBL laying out Cena, powerbomb through the contract table, because if there's a table there, you got to use it, right? And it's the Intercontinental Champion laid out just before the pay-per-view.
Could that be the scenes? Could that be the scenes at the end of their match?
Could that be the scenes? Would it be a fair fight? Who knows? 99, good stuff. There was meant to be a segment in between here, but we ran out of time, so I'll run through it for you now. Randy Savage will announce a few matches for next week's Monday Night Raw. We already know Cruiserweights aren't on the line. They're going to have the reaction, so to speak, to King of the Ring. We're also going to have Daniel Bryan versus Ric Flair and a battle royal to find out who will face the Intercontinental Champion at SummerSlam. So we're rolling through. Should be a big Raw. But let's end this Raw the right way. It is Randy Orton. It is Rey Mysterio. One man and one man only can go on to King of the Ring and fight for that crown. Who will it be? Well, it's Randy Orton. Because of course it is for a 94. Boys. I'm not sure what's boosted it, because Orton's put in an 89. Rey's put in an 84. There were lack of psychology again. But something, well, I mean, I'm not really sure. Hot crowd, I guess. 94, great main event. And Orton beats Mysterio clean. Mysterio going for the drop of the dime into the RKO. Randy Orton picking up some big wins in this tournament.
We're all thinking it with that finish. We're all thinking it with that, how it's supposed to end.
It's the only finish you can do. It is the only finish you can do. And Orton wins. Orton is going to King of the Ring. Orton could be your King of the Ring.
Well, the question is now is who's gonna face him, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll find that out on SmackDown. That's the end of Monday Night Raw. A good show. I think we're looking at a really good show here. 95 is the best show we've ever had on the save. I think this is up there.
I think it's a 93 or 94. I think. Is it so? Well, anyway, that's
wouldn't be surprised if it's a 94. Let's find out. Raw gets a 96. Whoa.
Got some work to do there.
That is a major show. Major show. I mean, I said just before we started recording, it's a pay-per-view style Raw. And look at it. Look at the blues.
Again, it's because of the main event. The main event's really
the main event's boosted it for sure, but I mean, like the worst match on the show is a 79. Good stuff. I'm pleased. Everyone's nailed it apart from Shawn Michaels and Regal, but hey ho.
But apparently it doesn't matter because obviously you got a 96, so it's fine. That's going to be tough to beat, but I think I'm up for the challenge. I think I'm up for it.
It's going to have to be. Of course, remember, if SmackDown wins, SmackDown gets King of the Ring because he would have won 3-1 on the month. If this 96 wins, you will decide the King of the Ring winner.
We're going full on John Laurinaitis and embracing our people power.
People power. So you know one half of the equation. Who will be facing Orton? Let's find out. Okay, we kick off the blue brand here in North Carolina. Billy Gunn getting a win over Rodney Mack with a famous 50. Fine. 56 for Rodney. 56 for Billy Gunn. 32 for Rodney. The Mac Militant. Okay, 50 is absolutely fine. Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on to the actual story, the big story we want to do with the pre-show, right?
The world's most wanted get a win over La Resistance. Unbelievable.
Venus fly is that like obviously it is a move because it says it, but the Venus flytrap. What is that move?
Venus flytrap. I do not know. And Venus was actually off his game, still nailing a 48, 49 for Renee, 45 for Southern Grenier.
Look at their most wanted
every time.
Most wanted. Could that get them on the main show?
Who knows? Maybe 51. I mean, it might do. It might do. We'll get to it. Okay, the actual show kicks off with Chris Jericho demanding retribution against Christian for a 99. Good start.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, yeah, basically this one is very simple. The idea, obviously, Chris would be, as we pointed out at the end of the show, he is fuming because obviously, again, he's cost him a chance to get a King of the Ring, obviously for the King of the Ring final. That is tonight, obviously. But yes, he's fuming and he says he wants Christian now. So get your ass out here, like all that kind of stuff. And then Christian comes back. But I like the idea that he's like either, I was going to say on the stage, but I like the idea of him being all the way up at the top because he's such a coward. He doesn't want. He wants to. He's all the way up at the the VIP box or something like that. Okay. And the lights shining on him because obviously wouldn't he be with his ego? Wouldn't he want to have like the lights shining on him?
Yeah. The main event, Christian, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to follow that kind of cool. So yes, just look up and Christian comes out with the mic saying, like, he's really cocky, smiling, but also he's like really pissed as well because he's like, Christian, you broke my dreams. You stopped my dreams. I've always been overshadowed by somebody else who's always in my way. Obviously, we'll point out, at this point, Edge is Stu his brother. I got to stop saying that in 04, because obviously I love the way they changed it to being his brother to his best friend. Wrestling's strange, I know. But for this, we're going to say, it's like, brother was always in the way, Edge. Now, and then when we were partners, I was always talking about Chris Jericho, how great Chris Jericho is, not about how great Christian is. So, I'm going to make your life a living hell. Until you're not in this, I'm going to drive you out of this company so I can finally reach my potential and be world champion. And then obviously Chris Jericho gets mad and said, "Oh, I see. You want to drive me out? Well, you won't drive me out of this company, but I'm going to drive you out of this arena." And then all of a sudden drops the mic and he chased him. And then we have a segment where he's basically running up to the skybox and trying to chase him. And then obviously example it would be they go for a break, come back, and then he finally gets to them, and then we just backstage them, fighting, being broken up by security and that stuff. So it's kind of put across that basically these two despise each other. So you thought this feud was over? It's far from it.
Pencil it in. Jericho, Christian, loser leaves SmackDown at some. I'll take one of them. Okay. Backstage, Paul Heyman. Well, earlier today, Paul Heyman was speaking to the School of Hard Knocks about the tag team title match that opened SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, this one, again, it's like, you know how much I like the idea of, like, you know, that them kind of like camera picks up something they shouldn't have picked up type set things. That, like, I like those because I don't know, it just makes it so it feels like as a show anything can happen type thing. I know it's a cliche at this point, but I like it. But yeah, I like the idea of basically, I like the idea, like, you know, maybe like the talking and all that, and then just maybe giving them money or something, like sitting there like, and it's like making it look like it's a backhand deal type situation. So it looks like, so you're thinking, okay, so why are they giving him money if they're facing off against each other? What does this mean? What is going to happen? Type situation. So it sets up the tag team match. It's like, so I don't think this is going to be, something's going to happen. So,
Well, let's find out. WWE tag team titles on the line. It is the world's greatest tag team. It is the School of Hard Knocks. Your winner, Stu. And
still, WWE tag team champions.
oh, it's only a bruised pec. Charlie Haas should be okay.
Okay, that's fine. I've got to be honest. Put it out this way: if that was like a major injury that he's out, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Like, because then all that would mean that Shota Bedouin has to go to single star.
Disrespect on Charlie Haas, unbelievable.
But I'm just trying to put a point out that let's be fair. But anyway, but anyway, the point is like.
Wait, no, I did the finish wrong.
Of course. God. You just gave the tag team champion. Are you? You done that purposely. I bet you done that purposely.
No, I swear to God, I didn't.
You can't even use the.
We'll book our way out of it. It's fine. You know what? It adds some interest to the division. I've got to be honest. I've just had a way of getting around that. Exactly. It's fine.
I'll tell you.
It could build to bigger and better things.
No, I've got an idea to get around it so it doesn't think. Okay, so I'm going to put out what I was supposed to happen on this thing. Okay, so the idea was supposed to be that, like, you know, start of the match, you've got Hardcore Holly, you've got Charlie Haas, and they're starting out, and all of a sudden, Hardcore Holly just lays on the floor, like lays on the mat, right? And you're like, okay, and then all of a sudden, basically it's a really best version of the finger part of doom type situation. So Charlie Haas pins him, 1, 2, 3, match over. They're celebrating, right? And everyone's like, what the hell was that? Type situation. And then obviously after that, Mick comes out, says, that's not happening here. Don't be trying any of the things like that here. So he kind of comes out and says, literally says, okay, we start the match. And if you were greatest tag team, this one's kind of funny now, knowing what we've just booked. If we're greatest tag team, if you cheat or do anything like that, you get stripped of the tag titles. Obviously, they lost them anyway, so it doesn't matter at this point. And then obviously, School of Hard Knocks, if you do that again, you get fired.
No, but that can play into it now, because now it's like, okay, now they've got to have a real match. And when the real match happened, well, the world's greatest tag team were beaten. Paul Heyman was right to try and pay these guys off.
I think I like the idea that they thought they went in for business for themselves. Actually, that could work. Like, they paid them, and then it's like, Paul Heyman thought okay, this could work. This could work. Paul Heyman was like, okay, he thought he could play them, but actually they were playing him. So now they've got the tag team title gold, and they've got his money, and they're walking out with the tag team titles. So yeah, I don't know what more to say to that. It's like, yeah,
we'll make it work. We'll make that work.
I think it's like it's annoying, but.
You know, it could work better. It could work better. Post-match, rather than what you had originally, where Mick says that the world's greatest tag team will face all of their recent challengers, Mick will say everybody who's recently been involved in a tag team title match will all be together next week in a tag team title match. We'll do that instead, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's technically the same thing works. So basically, it's like, actually, to be fair, actually, it adds more intrigue now.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, champs lost title, and so like, how long is his title? Is it going to be last a week? Are they going to get the titles back straight away? I mean, is the world's most wanted tag team going to win? Is it going to be? It sets up. I mean, they could.
You've got the Dudley Boys in there as well. You've got Billy and Chuck.
I mean, I could literally go. It actually makes more sense with Mick. Was it Mick Foley go? You know what? Yeah, I want to build this tag team, so we've got to put all the tag teams in, like the big ones, and our face off. And obviously Charlie Austin, Shane Benjamin, like, what? We've just lost titles, and now odds of where's Scott Steiner? We need him. The odds
have disappeared. I mean, I like it. It was accident, but I like it. And also, as Chat points out, Charlie Haas got injured in the match. Is that a way out of it as well?
Yeah, I mean, it could set up again. I'm not trying to put a spot for next week with SmackDown. It could set up maybe another Paul Heyman, Mick Foley office segment of him trying to sneak his way out. We'll find out, but actually, as always with this, it's gone wrong, but it's actually probably created something a little bit more interesting anyway. So it's actually a good thing.
So you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna be kind then. So thank you.
Thanks. Backstage, Edge has met up with Triple H for a 99 to talk about Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, this one I was thinking, okay, so obviously we set up last week that basically like they can pick their opponents for these matches. Obviously, Eddie went for Lance Storm. I like the idea of Edge standing outside Triple H's locker room, or locker room, like was like he's sitting there just like it feels like he's been standing there for like 2 minutes, for like a couple of minutes, like I can't do this, I can't go in this, I can't go and talk to Triple H, right? But then he's like, okay, I've got to do this. So he goes in, and he kind of goes to the, and he sits there, Triple H, and he's like, Triple H, like, what are you doing here, type thing. And Edge is kind of like, I don't want to do this, but Eddie Guerrero needs an opponent tonight, and obviously as you know, I can pick who he faces. And obviously, with him picking Lance Storm, it only makes sense that I pick you, Triple H. But this is not like Edge turning heel or anything. It's just Edge basically like he proved his worth last week, so now he wants Eddie Guerrero to prove his worth against someone. And Triple H is like biggest challenger there is.
Who better than the guy, Triple H?
But then Triple H, I like that Triple H going, okay, so what's in it for me? What do I get out of this? Because obviously Triple H won't just do this for the kindness of his heart.
No, of course, yeah.
So I like the idea that basically Edge is like, he's kind of gone, he's confident, but he's kind of like, in a way he's kind of doing it because if he doesn't win, he doesn't have to honour it.
Right.
So like he says, okay, well, if I become world champion, you get the first shot.
When I become world champion.
If type stuff, yeah. Specific words. But that kind of stuff, you get the first shot. And obviously Triple H is like, obviously he's desperate, isn't he? He's been desperate since he lost it to get another shot at that title. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, you've got yourself a deal.
Done.
But I like the idea that Edge is like, he's done this not because of like he just wants to. As we point out before, he'll try and do anything to get an upper hand against Eddie Guerrero to win the title.
Of course. Right, backstage, a former rival is ready. Well, a former tag team member is ready to bake. Well, vicious violence in a steel cage.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this was Gail Kim. It's just the idea that she just wants Molly Holly out of her life. She wants to beat her tonight. She wants to stay out of her career, get out of her way, and kind of just go so I can move on to bigger, better things. So I can start focusing on my career and my progression to live my dream of becoming WWE Women's Champion. And it's like it's basically what it is. Like basically, it's like she's fed up of Molly Holly like bringing her down. So now tonight she's going to finally not I don't want to say end her because that sounds like very brutal, but like finally beat her to prove that she is better than her, so she can finally move on to bigger and better things.
Okay, will she? Cage match. Let's find out how it goes. 62. Wow.
Happy with that. Very happy with that. Yes, obviously this one is. It wouldn't be obviously a cage match. It obviously wouldn't be a cage match with some sort of spot from the top of the cage. As you can probably guess from multiple cage matches, I do a lot of them. I do like cage matches. But if you notice I do like big spots from the top, right? Obviously it's not as crazy as the Rikishi one, but it's still a pretty high spot. So yeah, it's a great match. All the cool stuff you expect a cage match, chucking him into the cage, using it as a weapon, doing some crazy stuff off the top, that kind of stuff. But the way I've entered this match, I like the idea of basically, was it Gail Kim? Like, the fighting at the top, like maybe like Molly Holly's trying to win by escape, because I think that's still the rules. You can have both.
Escape and over the top and pin and submission.
So she's trying to escape, and also Gail Kim climbs up, stops her. They fight on top. Then obviously also like Galkin hits the blow. Molly Holly falls from the top, right into the ring. She's out of it. But then everyone's like, as you expect, she's at top. She can climb and win. But then she sees that Molly Holly's in a perfect position for a perfect position for a top rope move, and then she like you can see the wheels turning in her head, right? And then she goes, you know what? And then she goes to the top in the corner of the cage, sits there, sets up, and then jumps from the top. Does a big splash from the top of the cage, executes it, nails it, gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. She's finally beating Molly Holly, and she gets the win.
Interesting look at the performances. Molly 56, Gail Kim 54. Really boosted Gail Kim the whole storyline. 6-2, very good. And you've got a new star in your women's division. But you've also got a very frustrated Molly Holly, as you'll see post-match.
That's fine. I mean, you expect nothing less from that. But Space is like the cage comes up. Obviously, Gail Kim's celebrating at top. Molly Holly just gazes, gets up and goes, doesn't realise what's happening. And then she just realised she lost. And then you got, was it Jazz kind of consoling her type thing? Because obviously she's kind of, it's like, oh, it's fine. And then, as you can expect, Molly Holly's like, she's lost it. So she attacks her I'm going to say associate, because I wouldn't say friend is probably the right word for their relationship. So she attacks her, beats her up, proper, intensely, like a person that's completely snapped. Taking out Jazz, properly beating her down. And then obviously the people come out. Security come out trying to break her up, and then they can't do it. And then Gail Kim comes, and then security, Molly Holly gets out of there, and then Gail Kim comes back out to check on her friend. But yeah, I mean, and it's not looking good. So this Molly Holly, she's again, we know she's got it in her because obviously we've seen it before. That she's not taking this loss well. She's not.
Clearly not. I love the brutality of the game, by the way. I mean, I suppose it's not spoiling too much. It says Jazz hinted at a face turn, but he got little reaction. She's just not very good at playing that role.
Well,
brutal.
I'll have a say on that game. I've got big plans for this, so you know. But anyway, I find, but I just think the story, just again, as I pointed out, but Malachi does have a vicious streak in her, so I kind of like that. So
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Eddie Guerrero cuts a promo on Triple H for an 85.
Yeah, this one pretty he's kind of I like the idea that to Edge, he's just disappointed with him. He gets that he wants to get the best opponent, but he's disappointed when you went to Triple H. And he's like, oh, you want to play? It's I don't want to say want to play those games because it's a bit too male.
You want to play politics.
Yeah, something like that. You want to do so. I try and get the best opponent for you in Lance Storm. You go to the
cerebral assassin, the most violent man Eddie Guerrero's ever met.
The worst human being on this planet, Triple H.
Harsh.
I mean, to be fair, Triple H in 04.
Fair, but harsh.
not Triple. Anyway, it's not a point now.
Go on, come on.
Anyway, but yes, it's and you go to him to face me tonight. And he's like, oh, okay, I see where you're going. I remember this, But tonight, if you want to prove that, if you want me to, prove that I'm better than you, and you want to put the best against me, okay, I've already beat Triple H twice. I know I could beat him a third time. So, yeah, and also when I beat him, just this little warning to you, Edge, you're not going to stand a chance now, because I know what I see what game you were playing, and now because of that, you're going to get a more intense Latino heat.
Latino heat. Well, will the intensity pay off? Triple H versus Eddie Guerrero. He's gone from the main event at WrestleMania to the mid card on SmackDown. Should be a good match though. Triple H Eddie gets a 79. I say it should be a good match every time these two wrestle, and I feel like it always lets us down.
Yeah. So when I think about it, it's if that was when the pay-per-views, they always let me down, right? This is fine.
This is fine, okay. Yeah.
It will do, because the point is, it's not about the quality match. And to be fair, if it was on a SmackDown random SmackDown, I could see it being a 79-80. Because you said, you don't put the big, well, you shouldn't. Well, we do, of course, but you shouldn't put the big matches on TV for free. But we do, because we love our fans. So anyway, but this one, 79, obviously, but I put it's a great match as you expected. I like the idea of basically Triple H trying to use the ropes to get the win, because obviously Triple H, of course, you would. And then obviously you got Lance Storm coming down, stopping him, like basically similar to what I think. I don't know if you watched. That actually doesn't matter. But like basically, like puts his feet on the ropes, and I like the idea basically comes down, he pushes him off the ropes, like no, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Type situation. Because again, whereas you see one atmosphere, Triple H, they both hate each other, so not letting them get away with anything. Or like Triple H and Lance Storm.
Yeah.
But yes, and I like the idea of like he stops him, and then Triple H like what, like pointing him like, oh, you can, and turns around and he gets a roll up, gets the win. And I think I can't remember the time what Edge got last week, but I think Eddie beat it.
So Edge got a 12-minute something. Eddie got a 10:51. Eddie wins.
So the momentum's all in the champ's corner. So it's going to be, and then well, obviously I won't put the segment, but they do the similar Edge going, like with Eddie being happy last week, Edge is going, oh, have I miscalculated it by putting this match and doing this?
Edit. So Edge is ready to say. Post match though, let's move on to Triple H Storm feud, because their match at the pay-per-view is 3 stages of hell, and the ratings king Mick Foley is here to tell them what those stages are going to be.
Yeah, I mean this one. When I was thinking about this, I was thinking about, okay, we could have just done 3 Stages in Hell, and it's just like, okay, boom, these are the matches, right? No announcement, you could just announce them like through promos and all that, or like But I thought, okay, this might set up something interesting later on. But I like the idea. Triple H, obviously, Lance Storm's gone. He's gone out. Then we stay a bit more on the ring, and we see Triple H kind of like fuming. It's like, I can't do anything like that. He's fuming, and then it's like, and then he's just about leaving, and Mick Foley's music plays, and it's just like you can imagine it. Triple H going, oh, for God's sake, how more worse can it get? And obviously it's going to get worse because Mick Foley. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to be a fair GM, but let's be fair. He doesn't like Triple H. He doesn't like Triple H. So if he can find a way to make his life just a little bit worse, he'll do it fairly, of course. But if he can find a way to make it a little, make his life live in hell for all those years that Triple H made his life live in hell, it makes sense. But this one, I like the idea that he comes out, Mick Foley saying, "You don't look happy, Triple H. You don't look happy." I mean, I think this is his bad timing, but I don't mean to do this to you, Triple H, but I think I'm going to make your mood even worse, because I think you're furious, but you forget you've got a 3 Stages of Hell match at King of the Ring. But we haven't picked what those 3 stages are. And obviously, I've been watching you. I've been thinking for weeks and weeks. What these matches be? And I've picked them all. And so that starts. So basically, this is how it's going to go. The first match, it's just going to be a normal, proper wrestling match. 1-on-1, who gets pinfall, submission, that kind of stuff. Next fall, whoever wins that, a submission match. Triple H, we're going against Lance Storm. If I remember, Lance Storm is a submission specialist, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got submissions in his arsenal.
So the way I'm looking at it is the same they did it in real life, like with Stone Cold. First match wrestling probably favours. That's better. Probably it's even because they're both Vega wrestlers. Submission match probably favours more Lance Storm, and then the final one, as you know, my favourite, it's up there with tournaments, multiple full matches, and obviously in this save, a cage match. It's going to be the final four, and obviously that possibly could favour Triple H because we know how brutal he can be, but Lance Storm's found a way. So like after this, Triple H is just fuming. He's like, "What the fuck? A submission match? What is wrong with you?" Because this cage match he's happy with, normal match doesn't matter, but the submission match he's fuming at Mick Foley, basically going because he knows he's in trouble there,
right?
Because he just had a hellacious match with Eddie Guerrero, and then he's got to go against the submission specialist in maybe the second fall. He's fuming, basically. So, yeah. So it sets up a very intriguing 3-stage hell. It's crazy, but yeah. Pretty cool stuff there.
Okay, backstage, Jazzy's being checked over for 39.
Yeah, I thought this would do bad, but that's fine. It probably will affect the score, but I think I like these segments. So, it had to be done. I've got to remember that for the future. Maybe Jazz, I've got to put with somebody else that might comprehend the score. But yeah, this one simple thing of just because obviously how brutal that attack from Molly Holly is. We go backstage, which those really cool things where do it like a news report, like there's a report outside. Outside the medical office or the medical room, kind of like give her an update on Jazz, type thing.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, I'm not going to do the medical things because we all know that apparently I can't now a medical condition. But basically, he says like, you know, what happened, like, you know, it's not looking good and that kind of stuff, and then we'll let you know more information next week.
Maybe tease that she's got a concussion.
Maybe a concussion. Maybe I mean, I could be really joking and say meta and say you've got a shattered leg, but I won't do it. I won't do that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Scott 39 is probably going to affect the score of the show, but I think I need to put it in because I think it also puts more weight.
You're building it. It's fine. The women's champ, Trish and Lita, have a segment for a 75. Very good. And let's make history at the pay-per-view. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, the way I'm trying to, as I've pointed out, obviously, last week, it's the idea I want Trish to be like, she's the trendsetter. She's the one that everyone, she wants to, she's not just, oh, I'm the champ. She feels like she's got the whole women's division on her back type situation. I always like champions like that, where they feel like their responsibility is for the whole division, not just them as champion. I like that in my champs. But I like the idea, obviously, as you can probably guess, we haven't asked, this would be a first on my save anyway, of Trish, Lita, the two biggest stars in the women's division in all 4, by far, right? By far. So the idea I like here is basically, as we pointed out, that she wants the match, but she picks a stipulation. So basically, we have a situation, she's in the ring, Trish, she calls out Lita, and she's basically basically says something like, I've made my decision what the match is going to be. And as you said, I want to make history. I want to be first. And I'm sure that we're going to make, this is going to be one for the ages. And this is going to be a match that everyone's going to remember in the future. So it's going to be me, Trish Stratus, women's champion, going against, let's say out there, best friend. Let's be a
best friend, yeah.
Best friend, Lita. And you'll be facing me in a ladder match.
Oh.
And obviously Lita loves this because when you think about it, a ladder match, who is that favour? Probably Lita, and you're thinking
probably, yeah.
I mean, you would say, especially with the high flyingness antics of Lita, I like the idea that everyone's going, Trish is like, are you like, they're thinking, oh, that's probably a bad one. But when you think about it, it's like, why would Trish pick that if she doesn't have a plan for it or doesn't believe she can win? So, and I'm sure that I've never seen, except obviously we had during the 4 Horsemen and NXT and all that stuff. I'm sure before that there wasn't any ladder matches or anything between women. I'm sure there wasn't. So it would be historic.
It would be. I think it's going to be big. Let's see what happens at the pay-per-view. I'm excited for that one, actually. I think it'll be quite good. Backstage, talking about former rivals, go face-to-face, Kurt Angle and Stone Cold Steve Austin for a 99.
Yep, this one I like the idea that everyone's kind of asking, obviously last week, kind of like Kurt's like, do you regret what you've done in this tournament so far? You seem to be like trying to really, like, you've injured how many people and done so much despicable stuff. And Kurt's like I like the idea, it's like, he's serious, but I like the idea of like, are you kidding me? Of course I don't regret it. I'm in the fight. In this case it would be the semi-final, I assume. Yeah. I'm in the semi-final at the King of the Ring. Yeah, maybe I've done underhanded tactics, but as I warned you all, I would do anything to win this tournament and become world champion again. And I said, if that means breaking limbs, does that mean ending careers? I'm all for it. And it's just like, you know, he talks about fine, and obviously all of a sudden it's just about walk off, and then Stone Cold turns up, you know.
Right.
I like the idea of Stone Cold being like, as he was in 04 in a way, like a sheriff or a person, like he's protecting his, you know, he's trying to protect, not client, but it's kind of his friend, his person he's mentoring type thing, or something like that. I like the idea that he's, you know, he walks up to him and says, tough talk there, Kurt. I'll give you the same warning I gave, I think I remember Christian. Was it someone like last time? You know, I'll give you a warning. All that stuff you said, I'm tempted to go, but I can't do it terribly. But you know, that's the Austin type thing. But yeah, like saying, none of that stuff's happening on my watch. This fight, this is the King of the Ring semi-final. This is going to be a fair fight, and you're not going to do anything. This is a warning to you. If it's not a fair fight and you do something and you go too far, there'll be hell to pay. So, and then, you know, Kurt's like smiles and walks off and goes like kind of like doesn't take the warning seriously because, it's Kurt Angle. But yeah, so Stone Cold Steve Austin's kind of doing what you would expect to kind of be. Like, he's trying to protect his I'll say client, but he wants to protect them, and
his
also he wants
friend.
And also he wants to protect the integrity of King of the Ring because he respects it a lot because he's a former winner.
Of course.
So
Austin 316 says he will kick Kurt Angle's ass. Now, King of the Ring semi-final. Who from SmackDown goes on to take on Randy Orton for the crown? Will it be a man who has had all the momentum in the world recently despite injuries, Rob Van Dam, your United States champion? Or will it be a former King of the Ring, a former WWE champion, Kurt Angle? Let's find out. Kurt and Van Dam, main event, gets a 90. That's lower than I would expect it to be.
For Kurt Angle to get 100.
And Van Dam puts in a 96 as well.
So what's to let that down?
I don't know. And the announcing was a problem, it says. They had great chemistry, so it should have even boosted it. The game's been very harsh there. The announcing has brought it down.
But I mean, if I'm going to take any positive, that's got to be a first. Someone getting 100.
It might be. I don't know if Taker's done it once, but it's up there. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. It's like, of course, Taker probably done it.
Taker might have. I'm not going to lie, but it's still it should have been better. Kurt Angle wins though. Kurt Angle wins, and it will be Kurt versus Orton at King of the Ring.
Yeah, I mean, it could be an interesting match actually, but like, and see where we go, what we decide to do with that match. It would be very fascinating. But yeah, this one, as you expect, obviously Kurt's is the favourite because obviously Van Dam's knee. He probably shouldn't be wrestling, to be fair, but again, he is not going to be put away from that. Shows grit and determination. Again, if he did that, it would endear him to the fans even more, wouldn't it? So like, but yeah, so obviously you got Kurt Angle working on that knee, proper working on it. I like the idea. I put the idea of him hitting the ankle slam, then putting an ankle lock, and then putting so much talk on it, and put it like a constriction, like he's done before to make him tap. But again, I kind of want to thought about it. It's like now, it's like if you're going to have Austin, I like the idea that maybe he's doing that, but then he looks at Stone Cold saying, like, when he's doing it, like, oh yeah, like your warning means nothing to me.
Yeah.
Right. And Austin can't get involved because he obviously, if he gets involved, he might cost his friend the match.
And also, as much as it's brutal, right, it's a fair fight. So Steve Austin ain't got nothing he can do or say about it, really.
I know, it's like he's in it, but like I like the idea that kind of technically he technically did listen to what he said.
Yeah.
But and Steve Austin's like just he again, Austin's always about the eyes. It's always about the eyes, right? Mm-hmm. So he's like, it could set up. I'm not going to say it set a match because Austin's not wrestling in 04, but it sets up maybe something in the future, hopefully.
I mean, if you can get Austin to wrestle, then maybe.
And especially if Kurt's on 100, getting in 100s, I mean, it should be good. But I mean, I think we put this segment in.
Obviously, we have post match for a 100. So that's better.
Yeah, there you go. Just guessing. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but okay, it's having it. So basically, I like the idea that basically as seems to be the thing at the moment. Subtle digs at the Royal end, I guess. But I like the idea that basically Kurt's like he's intense. He's won. He's happy. He's so happy. But then I like the idea he takes the camera, right, from the cameraman type thing, and he looks at it and he's basically gives a warning to, obviously, I put whoever wins Warsaw. Now we know who that is. Randy Orton sitting there going, like, I don't know what we say, but like kind of like sense like I don't say you're next because that'd be such a gimmick infringement. But I like the idea of just Kurt, like, sitting there saying, your ankle. I'm going to snap your ankle and that kind of stuff. Like Randy Orton must be watching this going. I mean, of course he'd be watching SmackDown, of course. But I like the idea.
He said that he probably would be watching this match scouting.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, but I like the idea. It's like that's the thing. It's like Kurt's like, yeah, I'm gunning for you, Randy Orton. So like again, it's like I had to find a way. I had to find a way to set up a little bit of a story in it because at the moment it would just be one match. But if you do a situation that Kurt's basically gunning for Randy Orton, how would he respond to that? That'd be interesting in the match. But obviously said here Mark Henry comes out, and then obviously you've got that segment. Just when you focus on that, all of a sudden Mark Henry, because again, Where's obviously I think 2 weeks now. I think he obviously after I mean it's because I suspended him because he destroyed my camera. That's why. So he's back from his 1 week suspension. So he's back and obviously attacks. Obviously everyone's checking on the knee of RVD. Mark Henry comes out, starts attacking him, starts it world's strongest slams. That's go proper all in situation to sit there. He gets a chair and he starts slamming him the chair with his knee. That kind of stuff. And then gets the chair, hits a world's strongest slam. Maybe put a situation where he makes sure it lands on the chair, his leg, his knee. Proper that. Obviously Stone Cold tries to come in. I just press now the Stone and then the security are stopping him because obviously they don't want to cause. They just want to stop this from happening. Mark Henry stands tall. He's got the upper hand. Could set up a future US title match down the line maybe. But so obviously the story of this though is we've got our King of the Ring final is set.
It is Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, right? 96 it was to beat. SmackDown gets in 94. It's a good effort. It's a very good effort.
I'm happy. All I'm saying is that I'm happy. As I said before, I at least it's close. At least it's close, right? If it was like you get 96 and I get a 90, like an 85, right? I'd be fuming, right? But I like the idea that it's close. But again, I think it might have been that 39, but I just don't regret putting it in there because it made sense. But yeah, I mean, again, I think my God, fair. It's pretty good. Another solid, great show. I think very good.